Syrian troops ousted ISIS extremists Friday from Deir el-Zor, a major city in eastern Syria, while Iraqi forces retook Qam, the group's last big town across the border in Iraq, in simultaneous assaults that dealt further territorial losses to the retreating militants. With their self-proclaimed caliphate crumbling, the extremists have lost almost all their urban strongholds in Syria and Iraq. The defeats left the Syrian town of Buk Amal as the only urban area still completely under ISIS control, along with scattered pockets of territory along the Syria-Iraq border. Syrian troops backed by Russia and Kurdish-led forces supported by the United States are now racing toward Buk Amal from opposite sides of the Euphrates River, triggering concerns that a proxy showdown could ensue between the two sides. CBC at Caffeine in it instance, Media ID, 108787206792-3, Playlist Selector, Number Playlist, Content 89179744, Container Selector, Number Container 86447888, Syed, Caffeine 143859858, Syrian Army retakes town of Deir el-Zor, from ISIS Occupation 1-13. Both the U.S. and Russia have embedded special forces with their respective partners and are supporting their advances with airstrikes. Maj General Igor Konashenkov, a spokesman for the Russian Defense Ministry, said Tuesday 22 bombers struck ISIS targets near Buk Amal, while 2 Russian submarines in the Mediterranean also launched 6 cruise missiles at ISIS targets. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that shelling from the Iraqi side of the border hit the small Syrian town of Abu Ghaz, near Buk Amal. Civilians were forced to flee, but no casualties from the shelling were reported, the Britain-based group said. Isolated and encircled with the loss of Deir el-Zor, Daesh loses its ability to lead terrorist operations by its militants who are now isolated and encircled eastern countryside of the city, said General Ali Mayhoub, referring to ISIS by its Arabic name in a declaration of victory read on Syrian TV. Video broadcast on state-run media showed the last moments of the ferocious fighting in Deir el-Zor, including shelling by Syrian tanks and plumes of smoke rising over the city's mostly destroyed neighborhoods of Jami'iyat and Jabiliyah before they were liberated. Iraq readies for final offensive against ISIS. ISIS came with a hit list, left dozens of civilians dead in Syrian town. The recapture of Deir el-Zor on the west bank of the Euphrates is another victory for President Bashar al-Assad's forces and his Russian and Iranian allies. Deir el-Zor, which had been divided into a government-held and an ISIS-held part for nearly 3 years, is the largest city in eastern Syria and the capital of the oil-rich province of the same name. It is also the largest city to be recaptured by the Syrian government from ISIS. Mayhoub described it as the last phase of the military's campaign toward the annihilation of ISIS in Syria. He hailed the city's recapture as a strategic win, noting its location on a crossroads linking the country's eastern, northern and central regions, as well as an oil and gas reservoir, a reference to the province. Smoke and debris rise after Syrian government shelling of Deir el-Zor during a battle against ISIS militants in Syria, in an image from video released Thursday.